The giant skeleton, just like the furnace, it got a hit speed buff in the last set of balance changes, and it goes without saying it has revived the card. It went from being completely dead and very niche to now fitting inside of decks again, especially Graveyard and none other than the Royal Giant guys. And as a fellow former Royal Giant skeleton player, I am certainly excited. It was one of my favorite combinations to play, guys, in the whole game, and it is good once again, especially with the Three Musketeers being as prevalent as they are in the meta, guys, because Giant Skeleton is a very underrated counter to the Three Musketeers. What you can do is basically cycle it same lane as the Two Musketeers, and it's gonna pretty easily ensure that you defend them. We're already off to a phenomenal start this game, bro. This guy really thinks he's Mohammed Light. We got Mohammed Light from Timu over here. Golden Light. That's cute. Anyway, he's going to go Mortar here. We have a RG ready if I need to play it. I probably don't even have to, though. Hunter, if he goes in for minions here, could be really decent. Instead, though, he's going to go in for a Cannon Cart. Probably what I'll do is just get a Fisherman going in the back. Giant Skeleton is going to deal with that Cannon Cart pretty easily, I want to say. We maybe just want to go in. Let me think about this. Should we just log? Yeah, I guess log is fine. I was thinking about maybe fireballing the furnace. I think that would have been a little bit too aggressive, though, I guess you could say. I think here we'll get a giant skeleton going, and then we'll go in for a hunter if he decides to go minions. There they are. And then he'll probably have to go cannon card again on top of this, if I had to guess. Okay, no, he goes minor dark up. He didn't even have a cannon card in cycle. I don't even know what I'm thinking, to be honest. Ghost hopefully goes invisible again so we can get rid of the Dark Goblin. Yes, we do. That is beautiful stuff over there, and it gets a connection on top of the tower. And just like that, guys, we're looking absolutely phenomenally over here. Even though the Giant Skeleton didn't end up reaching the tower yet, of course it didn't get there, I still think it's helped so much in this match simply because I feel like it's just doing a great job tanking for everything. Whereas if I had the skeletons instead, they would still be getting value, but I feel like against some of the sturdy cards in his deck, like the Cannon Cart and the Furnace, I just feel like the Giant Skeleton provides a lot more value. We can go for the Royal Giant here on top of the Mortar, and even though he does go in for the minions, we can just Hunter, and then we should just immediately log to get... Ooh, the Dark Gob dodged the log. That's really bad, I'm not gonna lie. We gotta watch out here. Maybe get a fireball going on top of this. We're going to have to take damage for the greater good. I just needed to be really careful there because I made a pretty big mistake. So I didn't want to just panic and overspend. And we'll go Fisherman here. I think we're okay. It was a big mistake, but we're okay. He is going to go minions here. We can just go in for a Hunter and then log Dark Gob if he goes in for it. I think, yeah, I knew he had to play it. Now I think we got to watch out here. We got to reset. Does the RG get a shot? Please? Pretty please? No, it doesn't get a shot. We're gonna go in here, and he's gonna have to go minions on this RG. He has to. Nice. Really good prediction Hunter over there. He's probably gonna go Dark Gob, please? Please, 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 please. One shot. Two shots, and that is going to be GG. I have to say, that guy turned up the heat at the end of that match over there. He was playing pretty poorly at the start. I played very well at the start, and then it kind of swapped at the end of the game, but then it was a little too late at that point, and we were still able to close things out. I got a little worried, but that RG was able to clutch it up at the end there. We're against Destroyer here. See what this guy's got. If I remember correctly, this might be the guy running this. It's a very off-meta Loon deck. Actually, funny enough, I think he might even have the Giant Skeleton as well, guys. So this is going to be Giant Skeleton against Giant Skeleton, which should be very interesting. We can go in for a Fisherman here. The thing is, I think we got to be aggressive in single, just because he doesn't have, I think, a lot for the RG besides the Gob Hut. I want to say he's got Gob Hut or Tesla. He definitely has a building, though. So Fisherman does pull that in, and we'll see what he wants to do here. Maybe we got to go Ghost behind the Giant Skeleton, so that way it doesn't get hit by the bomb. We can go RG here. He goes Baby Drag. Wow. Okay, that Ghost is just gonna... Okay, get NATO'd. Wait, let's just go log E-Spirit here. I wonder if he messed up a little bit because this RG is getting a crazy amount of damage, as you guys can see. And even though the baby drag got a lot of damage, we got the better end of the stick there, and it wasn't even close. This because the king activation doesn't even matter that much against RG. He also doesn't know that we have the giant skeleton yet. Fisherman might force the giant skelly out of him, and if that's the case, that's really good, because then I can go in for my own, and then ours is going to survive, obviously. So let's see if he chooses to do that. Instead, he's going to zap, so I think Ghost in the back is good here. And then if he goes in, I think I am an RG. It's aggressive, but I think it's a good play because it should force him to, have to go in for a gob hut, and then we get a nice log here. Maybe he goes NATO. That's probably the play here. Yeah, he does NATO that away. Maybe we could try to fisherman the giant skelly to the king tower. That would be really solid, especially because he doesn't have his tornado in cycle. So we just do this. And he actually does predict with a minor, but, oh, no! That was pretty tragic, but he did just go in for a gob hut into a giant skelly bomb. I don't think that was a phenomenal play by him. This is going to be pretty interesting, I'm not going to lie. Okay, he's just going in. I think we gotta just sack and attack at this point. I think we have to. Can he defend this? I feel like there's no way he can defend this. If he does, then credit where it's due, and he deserves it, because there's no way he's actually defending, right? The other lane. No, it's too little too late, bro. We lost to a giant skeleton deck, so we can include the loss in the video because it's not clickbait, because we lost to a giant skeleton deck. Am I right, guys? So we can keep the video rolling. Our only loss this video is going to be to another fellow giant skeleton, showcasing how good the card is. The only thing you're going to lose to when you're running giant skeleton is the giant skeleton, guys. That's how that works. So, yeah, no shame. We lost to the giant skeleton. What can I say, man? OP card, bomb connected on my tower, and all hope was lost after that. And funny enough, we're against hope right now. So he's going to go Ghost in the back. This could actually potentially be RG versus RG, and maybe he's got Skellies, and I have the giant Skellies, so we'll get to see how it goes. But he actually is going to have the... Whoa, okay, let's just fireball that. We need to get rid of that ASAP. Yeah, I was not taking any chances there. That could have been really scary. So he's probably got, like, Ram Rider, if I had to guess. Or he could, well, he's got Lumberjack, so he probably doesn't have P.E.K.K.A. But, yeah, let's see what he's using. Dark Prince, so we can go Giant Skeleton. Giant Skeleton is going to be so valuable in this match. I feel like it's definitely going to be a little better than the Skeletons. It's just so good against the Ghost, the Lumberjack, the Magic Archer, you name it. It just gets a lot of value against his deck in general, I feel like. Forces a big response out of him. He goes in for Ghost again, so we can just go ahead and do the same here. It should be okay. And, wow, he went Lumberjack. That's just going to go into the... Wait, there's no way. Oh my gosh, that almost reached. We can log to make sure that stays in. And, what does this force out of him here? Oh, wow, Battle Ram. Okay, so Battle Ram is... I was not expecting that. I kind of... Wait a second. We actually could go Giant Skelly here and see what he does. Just because I feel like his... Does he have Barbarians? I don't know if he does. I feel like Zappies. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure what he had, but now we got to go Evo Ghost for his Evo Ghost here. And then we're kind of... Now we're chilling because it's going to go invisible. Maybe? No, it does not go invisible again. Please have enough health. I want to get a Fisherman going here. If he whips out a Zap, I'm going to be pretty pissed. Okay, nice. Good King activation. That's what I was trying to do last game against the Giant Skelly. We actually made it happen this game, which is clutch. We'll go Giant Skeleton here. We'll Fireball ready because I have a feeling he might want to go Magic Archer here. We'll just log first, though. And he is not going to go Magic Archer. Maybe he figured it would have been a little too aggressive, and he probably would have been right. I mean, it would have been a quite aggressive play, I must admit. So yeah, him playing into a Giant Skeleton is not very fun. Do feel a little bad for him. We can go for a Giant Skelly once again, because I feel like it's just annoying for him. And then that Magic Archer gets no value. This could be the death of him here. I wouldn't be surprised. This is like a lot for him to deal with. And even if he does defend this, everything is just going to die to the giant skelly. I'm pretty sure because the hunter's going to make sure everything stays in. And sure enough, that's all dead. So now at this point, we pretty much got it. He has to go other lane. His only play is to go other lane. But unfortunately for him, he kind of... Well, since he split the zappies, I guess we could just go in here. I feel like we might as well. Wait, we gotta fireball this for sure. There's no way that lumberjack takes it, right?